Morning. Today's membership morsel from Too Young to Retire is about money. Money is one of the 5 elements that no one in polite company ever talks about. All you hear about is little platitudes. An example might be, money is the prose of life. It is common. It's something that you encounter every day and you can't avoid it. Money is the root of all evil. Sounds very biblical, doesn't it? But money in itself, in and of itself, what makes you think money's evil? It's a thing. It's whatever you do with it that makes it good or bad. Another saying is, money is the lifeblood of politics. This, unfortunately, is very true. Without money, politicians cannot let people know what their beliefs are, what their thoughts are, where they want to take everybody, what their vision is. So money, unfortunately, is a very big part of politics. What else have you heard? Money doesn't grow on trees. You're right. Unless you own an orchard, money does not grow on trees. Wouldn't it be nice if it did? You could just go out there and start picking $100 bills off before you go shopping. You have to spend money to make money. Well, that's true. It's like anything else. You have to make an investment first if you're going to succeed. I remember at my parents' cottage, my aunt used to have a well, and the only way to get the water out of it was a little hand pump. And she kept next to it a bottle of water. You took that bottle of water and you slowly poured it into the top of the pump as you were pumping. It wetted all the diaphragms and everything. And next thing you know, water was coming out of that pump like you wouldn't believe. What was the first thing you did? You refilled that bottle. You put it next to the pump. Then you filled your bucket or what pitcher or whatever you were looking to fill. What else have you heard? Maybe a penny saved is a penny earned. That's sounds like a Ben Franklin saying or a biblical saying. Basically says, what you don't spend, you can keep. Another saying, you can't take it with you. You got that story of the millionaire who died, and he's laid out in his casket, and he has his banker come in, and the banker has all his money, and he pours it into the casket, and then at the showing that afternoon, the man's laying there with all this money around him, and his widow comes walking in, and she's crying. And she looks at the casket and all the money. And she tells the funeral director, 1 minute, please. And she pulls this big bag out of her valise. She walks over and starts taking all the cash and putting it in the bag. And the funeral director comes up. He says, ma'am, he wanted to be buried with his money. And she says, he will be. And she pulls out her checkbook and writes a check for $1 million and stuffs it in his pocket. She says, where he's going, that check is just as good as this cash. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, early to bed, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a Poor Richard saying attributed to Ben Franklin. It says, those who are ambitious will succeed. You get what you pay for. My dad had that saying behind his desk at the office. What does it mean? Well, if you want nice, fresh oats, you're going to pay a fair price for them. But if you only want oats after they've already been through the horse, they come a lot cheaper. Don't expect to get fresh oats for the price of the ones that have been through the horse. Here's a more modern one. More money, more problems. How many rich people do you know have terrible family relationships? They sit there and their children don't know how to manage money. They're getting divorced. It's not a harmonious situation. And money seems to be the center of all the issues. Most of us have sayings that have been passed down through the generation. These sayings form part of your beliefs as to how you view money, how you want it invested, whether or not you're afraid of losing it or not? These are all topics that we discuss at Too Young to Retire. Come join us. Patterson, 2y2r.com. Understand where your beliefs about money are coming from and how they affect what type of investments you're comfortable with and you want to do. This is your membership morsel. Thank you.